again, and we are no, that sucked, man. Fuck that. I'm going to cut that part. All right, let's try this again right here. We are stoked to be back here with Degen Digest, and we are bringing you nope, that one goes out the window too. Forget that. Take 3, okay? Let's go. We want to give some special thanks to our sponsor, Virtue Poker. Check them out. They are bringing poker communities together. What you got, Buttwood? What do you want to say about it?
I mean, it's Virtue Poker, guys. If you don't know, now you know. All the ladies ask me if I'm down with VPP. And you know me. Virtue Poker all the way, baby.
Yo, Grand Rising, and welcome to another edition of Degen Digest. The boys are back. Look at this.
Yes, sir, we are back.
Shamsi's got the stash going on here. Looking good.
We've got some heavy lifting to do today. So that's why the stash is here, helps us lift heavy. You know, from Mr. Olympia, Chris Bumstead, this is the way. And obviously we have the laser eyes on today to just beam forward.
That's it, man.
Yeah, I'm rocking the frames, bro. I had to rock the frames because looking at these screens for 24/7 started weighing on your boy. So we're out here.
That's it, man. You look very distinguished.
Cheerio.
Right on, man. Well, we're going to get into it today. We got some topics we want to cover. We're going to do some Turbo TA with some macro views. We're going to go over some Solana, updates with what went down there today. And we're going to be checking in on the heroes of Mavia with a special guest who's going to be giving us a review, an unbiased review, or maybe a biased review. We'll see. And what else? We're going to have all kinds of other alpha coming your way from the crypt. So check us out here. Let's get into it. What do we say? What are some of the biggest stories that we're looking at that we're excited to talk about today?
Oh, man. Yeah. Solana. Look, I'm not a hater.
Up.
I'm not a hater, but I am. But I'm not a hater. But it's just funny. It's just funny. I want to save it for when we actually get to the topic.
All right, that'll be fun when we get there. Maybe we could get a little macro. You can tell us what's going on in the whole crypto sphere there. What do you got for us,
man?
Shamsi,
Do you want me
start
to
us off?
Let's go then. So in the crypto sphere, things are pretty dead. And let me show you on the charts. This is pretty confusing to me. Why Bitcoin sitting at $43,000? When we were at 20K, everybody was losing their fucking mind. But we're at 43,000 right now, and the timeline is just dead. The only thing popping off right now is Drake's and Solana meme coins. And that is why I've been investing so much of my time in what we're just doing. But enough of that. So with Bitcoin, let's just hope and pray that for some reason, somehow we can try and break over this bloody range that we're in between 44,500 and 40,500. And here's the play for all of you traders out there, all 4 of you watching, or not even. Look, if we break above 44,500 and hold, that is very good for our altcoin bags. All the bags that we might discuss later on the show in Solana, AVAX, whatever it is, that's where I'm going to rotate a lot of my money on. And then we play it up to 52,500 BTC, which means it's about a 20% pump in Bitcoin, but that can mean a nice 2-3x in a lot of the micro caps. So watch out for that. Or conversely, if we see a little dumperoni pizza happening, then a rejection off of 40,500 can mean bad days and sad days for you and your altcoin bag. So that's something you might want to keep an eye on. Currently, we're ranging. That is why you see a lot of these Solana, AVAX, shit coins. There's a coin that I saw today called coq. It's like, the French word for a chicken. Popped off quite a lot. So yeah, just keep an eye on that. I know you guys are probably bored of, the price action on these things. That is why Buttwood just lives in Solana world. But for those of you that are OGs in the trading and investing game, there is a coin that goes by the name of Chainlink, which I think can do crazy, nasty things. So we're looking at about $18 for one Chainlink right now. I don't want to pay $18. I do want to pay 16.5 though. So I'm waiting just patiently waiting with my laser eyes on and my mustache on. I'm waiting for price to come down to about 16.5 and hold and bounce. Because when we see that bounce, it's a good old, what do we say? 75% nearly from the bottom to the top, all the way up to $28. 75% pump on Chainlink. You throw some sweet old leverage on that. That's like putting seasoning on a nice fried chicken, and we take it home. So that's Turbo TA. That's all I got.
Good stuff, man. Chainlink.
Turbo TA for the timeline. Go ahead.
Yes, sir.
Chainlink. I was
cool,
surprised
man.
that was the one you called out with, man. Chainlink, it usually does. It does give some early indications of what could be happening. So you think a little bit down first and then up?
It's a good indicator for when the money's rotating from BTC into altcoins, because people usually, the smart money often skips Ethereum and goes into Chainlink, and then Chainlink's just slowly accumulating, and then shit just pops off. So let's see how that goes. What do we have next on the table?
Well, I think we want to hear from But Would You to hear what happened with the latest Jupiter airdrop. What's the fallout from that, and what might be some of the next things we should be looking into, so those of us who might have missed out on that one can be a little bit more prepared.
Yeah. So, I actually bought Jupiter OTC via Whales Markets, which is something I'll touch on here in a second. But and I bought it for 75 cents. I mean, I just really thought that it was going to take off and really crush. I thought it was going to crush the system and halt the system, but apparently that didn't happen for like a week or so afterwards. So you know how that goes. So like I am down on that current investment. I still believe in Jupiter long term. Basically, they teamed up and created a new like launchpad standard. They put out all the documentation to it. A bunch of people were kind of like being memed around, like you didn't read the docs. And because everything that was happening was already like laid out previously, a lot of people took it as they were being tricked, or I would guess that some loud people on Twitter took it as they were being tricked and didn't realize that the team was going to basically be raising funds via this new like strategy of launchpad. So that was kind of like the FUD around it. At the end of the day, I think it's a phenomenal protocol. I use it all the time, and I know a lot of protocols that are built on Solana use it on their back end. So to me, it makes sense that over the long haul, it's probably going to be a good idea to pick up any Jupiter you can under $1. And a lot of people are comparing it to the market cap of Uniswap. And so, you can do those little calculations at home. Let me know what you think. Did you guys get in on the airdrop, or what'd you do there?
I didn't get in on the airdrop, but I'm definitely looking to accumulate. I completely agree with you on the Uniswap thing, and I was actually going to ask you if you could equate Jupiter to some other token that people can understand or relate to historically, like PancakeSwap or Uniswap or whatever. Which one would it be? But you said Uniswap, so that's perfect. I've used Jupiter, and I think the interface is pretty good. It's seamless, and also it's on Solana, so everything just works so smoothly, apart from the 5 hours when the network is down. But that happens. So yeah, I think if you want to capitalize on a big part of the ecosystem, I feel like buying into Jupiter is the age-old saying that in a gold rush, you make the most money by selling shovels. Have you guys heard that? Not by actually chasing the gold. You sell people shovels so that they can mine up the gold. I think that's where we're at right now, because when you're investing into infrastructure, everything built on top of that automatically pulls the infrastructure up with it. So I think it's a no-brainer for me.
Yeah, I didn't make it either. I think I jumped in there the day after, like they did their snapshot, and I've been doing my best to work on that platform. It is a great platform for sure, but definitely didn't win this one. What else are you looking at? You're talking about Whales Watch there. What's that showing you?
Oh yeah, brother. So I am actually I'm super happy with Whales Market. So I use Whales Market, like I was saying, to buy OTC Jupiter. And while that was down, another airdrop that just dropped today was Dimension, DYM. You might have seen it on the timeline at some point, but basically that was selling OTC around like $3 or $4, and it ran up to like, I believe, like over $6 today. So the people that bought that OTC were big winners. we've seen the actual whales market price increase from about 70 cents, looks like, on February 1st, 68 cents, and it's now sitting at $3.24. I might have put out a tweet telling people that, hey, it'd be a good idea to buy whales market. It was about 12 million market cap, and now it's currently at 55 million market cap, fully diluted 314. So something to be aware of. But keep checking out. Check out the platform if you're not aware of it. It's super useful, and as people continue to bet and kind of like create futures for new things, it kind of creates like a new quote unquote meta, if you will, as now people can, hey, I'll buy your whitelist OTC, or I'll buy your Jupe allocation, or your WEN allocation, or your dimension allocation, all these things happening OTC. So a new cool way to interact, an easy platform. So if you haven't seen it, definitely check it out.
Yeah, and for the sake of clout, let's say, or whatever you want to call it, tell us a little bit about this giveaway, because I want to know. I'm hearing things about $10,000 and then this $500 giveaway. What's that all about? Give us a little sprinkle there,
bro. I'm a man of the people, man. You know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to have everyone win with me. So I didn't know why I got the Dimension airdrop. I was just an on-chain Degen, just doing stuff I normally do. I found out that I was getting like 150 tokens or something like that, and I was like, oh, sweet, it was like $600. And then at the time, the price was trading like $5 OTC. And then something happened. I guess a bunch of people didn't claim, and then my allocation went up to like $248. And I was like, oh my god, just keep winning. And so a lot of people are speculating that Dimension, which I could get into the technicals of it, but don't let me embarrass myself like that. A lot of people are speculating that Dimension is going to have a similar run up like Celestia did. And so a lot of these airdrops were like Celestia, Cosmos. Some of those were gotten through the Cosmos ecosystem. I'm sorry, I'm going to say Dimension and Celestia were gotten through the Cosmos ecosystem. And so I think a lot of people are saying Dimension is going to do something very similar if you stake it. And right now it's sitting at about like $5. And so the price was like $1,500 for the airdrop. And I was like, yeah, if this goes up to 10K, I'll give away someone that retweets this $500. Like, why not? We all
yeah, man, we love that. We love that, giving back to the people. That's what we're trying to do on Degen Digest. Give our best takes, our best knowledge, our best or maybe our worst jokes to the people for them to enjoy. So keep on keeping on in that spirit of giving back to the community. I like that.
You already know, brother. And that was actually about Warpcaster. Have you guys heard about this Farcaster Warpcaster situation? We talked about it.
Yeah, I heard about
a little bit.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I jumped on there. Play around a little.
So,
what are you thinking about it?
I mean, I am on there just to try to figure out what's going on. I feel like a lot of the OGs of crypto Twitter have found themselves over there. So it's like, hey, if I can maybe get a conversation going with those guys easier over there than I can on Twitter, why not shoot my shot?
Yeah, man. You think there's rumors around, and maybe you're the one who said it, or maybe I saw it on my timeline that Farcaster might be the new version of Friendtech. Do you think that there's some evidence in there?
I mean, so the biggest thing is they have this like frames feature, and basically you can build like stuff inside of the frame so you don't have to leave like in-app. And I think that's what people are going crazy over, because you can build on top of it, right? So like Farcaster is the product, but there's also something called like Warpcast and then Supercast. And so those are like versions, right? So I don't know if you guys ever used TweetDeck before, and now Twitter acquired TweetDeck, and now it's called Twitter Pro. But it's basically it's like Twitter, but it's like an upgraded version, right? It's more customizable, more features, different like that. And so Farcaster kind of has that built into it, where you can build something on top of the app and do different implementations there. So, and I mean, like I said, this is the Degen Digest. Like, double check everything I'm saying here.
Yeah.
Faux show. So now what are we doing? We're looking like we should probably talk some Solana here. Shamsi, maybe you could give us the lowdown.
All right, man. Are you guys ready for this?
I'm so ready. Actually, I'm like very, very ready, because
are you
this
actually?
Is something. Oh no! There you go.
You guys actually,
Let's take a picture.
Why do you think?
That's for the
why
thumbnail?
You want to take a picture? Let's go. Let's get a thumbnail.
Oh! Got it.
Why do you guys think I have this mustache on? Actually, do you really think it's so that I can lift heavy? I don't go to the gym. I don't leave my mom's basement. I just sit here and talk shit about Solana. Look, guys, Solana's ecosystem was down again. Okay, wait, let me say that again. Solana ecosystem was down again, and Ethereum guys are having a good time. But let's get this right now. I'm not one of the Ethereum guys anymore. I have actually slowly been brainwashed by one of the guys on this show, and it's definitely not ZeHI, into transitioning into Solana. So I'm a fellow Solananor right now, and I'm not going to talk shite about Solana. I'm just going to let. There's this one chart on my screen right now, and I'm just going to let the chart do the talking. So for those of you guys that don't know, jokes aside, Solana was down for about 5 hours. Yesterday for me, maybe 2 days ago for you, whenever that is, around the 6th of Feb. And historically, Solana has a history of being down as a network for whatever reasons, nodes or being decentralized, whatever it is, too much load on the network. The previous big network outage in Solana was in Feb 2023, and particularly around the 25th of Feb, and we saw price tumble down a cool 32 to 35%. That's pretty big. And that's historically what Solana's downtime has caused the price action of Solana. I'm only bringing up price action, not to equate that to the quality of the network, but to equate that to people's sentiment, because this is a game of sentiment. This isn't really a game of technologies and blah, blah, blah. We all have learned that over the past. A coin called Cock can pump 55%. Anything can happen. Let's bring that back to reality now. So yesterday, Solana was down for 5 hours. And what do we have here? A 2.3% dump. That to me is the market's telling us that they don't really care about Solana being down anymore. And the whole meme of, this network's down, blah, 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 it's just not sticking. I think maybe people are probably very mad over the fact that they couldn't use a lot of their, meme coin strategies or a lot of their other DEX tools or whatever for a certain period of time. But hey, maybe that's a good reason for you to take a break. But, and this could be just, you guys can pitch in now, but this could just be me, being overly brainwashed at this point. But I feel like the sentiment around Solana being down is not nearly as bad as it was in 2023 or 2022, because I know you guys were here back then, and people were just calling for this network to be just shut down back then.
Yeah, I think that's a great take. Just when things go really bad or not so good, or there's some kind of hiccup in the road and the charts don't freak out so much, that is usually a really good sign of strength. There's been so much flow of resources onto the Solana blockchain over these past few months, especially that they're not all going to just bail for one of these incidents. I love to give But Would You shit all the time because he's been such a maxi over there. I know you're you got broader horizons than just Solana, but I like to bust your ass because you're over there all the time. Then, it's going to break down. We even had Star Atlas on a couple weeks ago, and I was like, so all this action you're bringing to Solana, what are you going to do when it breaks again? So I like to little jabs here and there, but it does sound like
I'm with it. You know what I mean? Like I even remember saying before, I was like, look, even the devs, even the founders say that it's not fully there, right? There's still going to be outages, and so it's like, if you can kind of put that in the back of your head, I just think when you use it, for me, it's like, oh, my experience using this is much better than when I use X, Y, or Z. And so that's why I'm using it. And it's like, I keep it that simple.
Yeah. And to add to that, I feel like, yeah, man, I just want to add to that quickly. And I feel like using Solana, even if you factor in the networks being down, I feel like you still lose more money on paying gas fees in Ethereum than you do in the little 5 or 10 hours that Solana is down once a year. That's just fact. So you can pick your poison.
Yeah, I mean,
nice, man. And now, what do you think? Sorry about Wood. I was just going to ask you because I think you had gotten into some details about the technologies that are coming along to help support Solana, right? There's a few different protocols in there that are supposed to help back it up there.
Yeah, so the biggest upgrade company is called Fire Dancer, and they just put out. Sorry, when I say they, I mean the Lightspeed podcast. The Lightspeed podcast just put out a great episode with the creator of Fire Dancer, and I've listened to it once. I'm definitely gonna have to listen to it a couple more times before I can like even really explain it. What I've heard there, but from like a really kind of big picture way, it's instead of like implementing two operating systems, it's like two side to side instead of like mixing all their jelly and jam up together, right? Because all the jelly and jam, that's too much going on. But if we can do two side to side, we can make it work, baby. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's my interpretation.
My
of the
monkey
podcast.
brain understood all
Yeah,
of
who
that.
needs-
I don't know how, but my monkey brain just said, yes, that makes sense.
Who needs devs, man? We can just use some peanut butter jelly, and we got everything we need right here, man. Blockchain will flow nice and smooth.
Yeah, but definitely check out the Lightspeed podcast if you haven't. It's really good and it's super informative. So yeah.
Right on, man. Well, we'll be watching that and seeing. Hopefully, it doesn't get too taxed as things move forward, because there's definitely a lot more activity going on in Solana. It's definitely pushing its limits. So, all these other blockchains can talk a big story, but we'll see when they have that level of activity on their backyard, how they're able to handle, right? Well, I think right now I'd like to get into this little segment that I'm going to call Rug Watch. Okay.
I'm hyped, man.
So basically, yeah, man, it's hard to find like full on, you can find plenty of rugs in the shitcoin world, right? But, in the NFTs, I'm talking about more in the NFT world, because you guys, we've been talking about crypto, we've been talking about this stuff, different stuff, but, a lot of us come from the NFT scene. And there's certain situations where it's like, that seems a little sketchy. That seems a little disappointing. Is it a rug? Is it a hard rug? One of those rugs where it's like, you don't want to sleep on it. You're going to wake up with a crooked back, right? Is it a soft rug where it's just like, hey, I'd rather be in a bed, but at least I'm a little cozy here. I can do some yoga on this thing or something at least, right? Or is this just one of those situations where it's like, I think I just got to keep an eye on this, So, some of these have been in the news the last couple of weeks. I just want to take a look at this. So one of them, of course, would be Valhalla, right?
Ooh,
so
no
let's
ways.
just take a look. Valhalla here. This is by Alex Lynn is the founder. Really cool art.
There was so
gonna have
much
to bear
hype
with
around
me. We'll have
Valhalla.
to
I
just
would never
cut this
say that
part.
I would never think that you'd bring it up in Rug Watch. That's pretty interesting. I'm all ears now.
Okay. Well, just hold on one sec. Okay, here we go. This one you're going to want to see. So
Wait, are these the
let's-
keyboard warriors?
these are the keyboard warriors.
I'm just kidding, Valhalla community. Please, don't come after me. You guys are great.
Hey man, what are they gonna do? Are they gonna shut down Solana? Sorry, already happened. So you good. You're good.
Well, I happen to be kind of into Valhalla. There was like, Flower and I were, we were kind of fanboy. And if you look at this is probably one of the most cringe tweets that I've ever had. If Phoenix Down was around, he would just like kick my ass, man. He would not kiss my ass. He would be kicking my ass. He hates us. If anybody says fam, they're automatically a scammer, right? So look at this one. I actually bought in.
I'm not a scammer.
Where's the Valhalla fam at? But look at that. I got 200 likes on that thing, man. That crew was like hyped, bro. I've joined some NFT communities. This one was hyped. These people were all over it. So anyways, what happens is that, they go from, raising all this money, and they're supposed to be making this like new Twitch, streaming platform, more for Web3. And he's got plenty of money to do it. Everybody's waiting. They're supposed to be gaming focused. Everybody's all excited for it. And, what do they come out with is basically a keyboard. They came out with some keyboard. So let's just look at some of the reactions from the community. This guy's saying like, this is what I would do. This is like my keyboard. Okay. That's looking good. I saw even who's a Zagabond jump on. He made fun of it with a good tweet. people were pretty pissed. Look at this inside the Valhalla keyboard controversy. The Alex Lynn under fire. And then there's some people like they're comparing it to Kevin, right? Okay, this is like so they're saying the one that's holding the keyboard, he's compared to Kevin now, right? There was one
Wait,
in
is he
here where
holding the
she's like,
keyboard in the real NFT?
yeah, that's really like one of the NFTs, so they're saying that's the new Kevin, right?
Wow.
It was like, oh, I wish it was like this. There's some people that were defending it, you know what I'm saying? And they're saying like, it's you guys are just complaining because the floor price is down. These guys made a cool collector item. What's your problem? Alex Lynn went and he shut down all the comments. He didn't want to hear from anybody. There was some stuff though, with screenshot of him basically saying that he could rug, he might consider rugging, right?
Whoa.
So that went around.
What?
I'm trying to find that here, but that went, that made the rounds, right?
So that was the real reason for it making the Rug Watch list.
That was a big one, because people were pissed off and they're like, what the hell happened with all this, with all the money?
Valid question.
Yeah, that's
let's see.
usually
No, that's not the one.
what people end up asking. What happened with the money? Surely all of that didn't go to the R&D for a keyboard. I mean, the concept of a keyboard is already invented. It's not like he's got scientists sitting inside a lab trying to invent this thing where you can use your fingers to press stuff and then stuff shows up on a screen. I want to know, ZeHi, from and you know what's funny, when you pulled up that tweet from yours from back in the day, even the document name was Valhalla Cringe. So that tells me where you are mentally. But I want to know. Firstly, as a holder, how much did you pay? And then secondly, how do you feel?
Oh, damn, you want to get into the details, man. The deets. I actually really like the art still. And I actually
Sound like
really
the
like
feds.
that
Cope.
that specific one right there. And I don't know. I think all I will say was that it did peak around 1 ETH. It did go up to around 1 ETH. I'm not going to say I bought the tippity top, and I did not, but it was up there. It was hanging out around there. People were all stoked. People were buying like these more rare ones for like major amounts, and they are hurting right now because it's under 0.1 ETH now, and people are pretty pissed about it. So on this one, what do you guys say? Are we talking soft rug, hard rug, or just keep an eye on it? Like, I'd watch out for that one. What do you say?
I mean, it sounds like people are just upset because the price went down. I would say keep an eye on it unless those tweets are kind of substantiated, where the guy's like, "Oh, I can rug." It's kind of like, "Hey, man, come on!" Like, what do you? Yeah, okay, what?
Yeah, I think stuff like that you don't joke about because, again, I'm big on the fact that if you have people's money involved, then you have to be serious about things. If you can't handle it, delegate that work to a CEO or somebody else, but just learn how to properly run a business because you're taking money from investors and, for in exchange for your vision that you are then fueling with their money. So, I just feel like this is a classic case of the NFT not being able to make money. The NFT company just not having a way to generate income. And I just have to say one thing for those of you that are holders of Valhalla. I feel like rather than spending your money on the keyboard, I have some back pain roll on. You could use this on your back. It's going to help you out, man. And that's all the alpha you're going to need from me.
Right on. Well, the point is that, they weren't even giving the keyboard away. You had to buy it. So, yeah, I think we put this one in the category of keep an eye on it. There's some sketchy stuff there with, that was found that he had said and in his history. It sounds like they're still working on the project. It's not totally dead. I wish it well, and keep an eye on it. Okay, so next one I'm going to do real quick here would be Tykes. I don't know if you guys have heard of this one. This is this guy, Ryan Pineda, or Pineda. He was in Neo Tokyo even. He bought into Neo Tokyo at the tippity top. And I actually helped him out with Neo Tokyo News, wrote a couple articles, was in there, understanding a vision, what he wanted to do with Tykes. It was basically a networking, like mastermind community for real estate and Web3. And he was going to bring together all the best minds in real estate and connect it with Web3. He had this type coin that he came out with, and he had this marketplace, and they were trying to do some stuff mixing real estate and Web3. Well, lo and behold, it didn't go so well, because if you remember this security vulnerability that came out, this third web security vulnerability.
Yeah, shout out Mint Defense.
Mint Defense was right on top of that. Well, that one basically shut them down, right? So they lost all their NFTs. Okay. So everybody in the community no longer has an NFT. They're trying to figure out what to do, right? So what do? They come out with some options. And, one option is like, we'll try and make it a networking community, see what we can do. We don't want to be on Discord, though, because people are mean and they're complaining too much. So we'll go somewhere else, WhatsApp or something. Or maybe option 2, we can just give everybody who used to have a Tykes NFT some tickets to Mr. Pineda's, what does he call them? WealthCon. These big conferences he does to like teach people how to be wealthy. So basically now these holders that were all into this networking community are looking like they are going to just have a bunch of tickets, which they only have 1 year to use. And some of them have like 20 tickets to go to this conference 20 times or something. I don't know. I think it's worth just checking out this video, because the vote just came out today, actually, like 15 minutes before we started recording, and option 2 won. So now everybody who had a Tyke NFT is getting a ticket to his thing.
Don't hear him. But hey, here's a fun fact. Ryan Pineda pays $100 a week for his haircut. Did you guys know that?
Boy, to look that sharp, I'd pay $100 a week too. That man fresh. I see you, boy. Go ahead now.
I feel like this is quite unfortunate, because just full disclaimer, I'm not part of the Tykes community. I have, I believe, spoken to Ryan a couple of years ago a bunch of times. Back when he was initially getting into the real estate NFT community. There was also Kang. I don't know if you guys, I think Kang is the name. He was also pretty big on it, the Asian guy with the Ferrari. Yeah, I just feel like for some reason, looking back into it, firstly, it's unfortunate, but I also feel like it could be just Ryan capitalizing on the crypto narrative that he did. And then maybe he just went too deep into it. And, because the project on it by itself, I don't think was just doing amazingly. So, I just think it's unfortunate. I don't really have much more to say.
Yeah, seems
Any
like
thoughts for you, Bo? Would you?
Maybe just like a swing and a miss. I remember speaking to Kang as well. He unfortunately got fished and fell victim to a vulnerability as well. So, if it is fair weather blockchain fans as well, they need to do some security learnings and reach out to couple veterans. Not that it can't happen to anyone, but got to stay safe out there.
Yeah, so basically that's the story. I was trying to show that video, but that wasn't working out today. So the point is there were some holders there. They were like, oh, well, what do we do with these 20 tickets? And he's like, well, you can put them together. You can give them away. You can put them together, make it a VIP ticket. And it's basically just like come to his events, and that's what you get for it now. So, I think you're right. It's kind of a swing and a miss. He tried to make it work, tried to do something with it, bring some value. You see a lot of this when people come into Web3 as well, and they don't really know the lay of the land and how to set it up and get the right devs and stuff, and sometimes not so responsible. So, that one, I'm actually, at this point, it's pretty much dead. So you might want to consider that. You can't really consider it a rug, because it was just like they didn't know what they were doing, and they screwed up.
Yeah, you can. If you're a holder, you could probably write that off, because I don't think the infrastructure that they've lost is coming back. But I must say, though, just maybe be devil's advocate, or just what other people like to say, an a-hole. It is pretty convenient for Ryan if he wants to exit now, because his hands are clean. It was a security exploit. It's not his fault, and he doesn't have to deal with the crypto guys anymore. So it's a clean exit for him if he wants. He just handed out some tickets. He's like, okay, you know what? My job's done. I tried. There's a network exploit, and you guys handle it now. I don't want to deal with you degens. So,
No, I was saying you make more money from live touring and live shows. So here's a few free tickets. I got some shirts for you. Come on out.
Yeah.
Sweet, man. Well, I kind of want to bring on our special guest, because it's getting a little late. I didn't want to go back to back, but at the same time, it's getting almost to his bedtime. So I think we should bring him on here. Let's see if he'll come visit.
Yeah, man, let's go. Yeah. And just a disclaimer, but Woodja and I, we do not endorse child labor. Not to say that this is child labor, but we're just putting it out there just as, just as a general word of, yeah, yeah. Where's the guest, man?
Well, he'll be popping on, in the meantime, we're going to just chat about Mavia a little bit because that's what he's coming on to give a review about. Heroes of Mavia launched their game. It has been a tremendous success over this past week.
Wait,
there he is.
That's StArZ.
StArZ
is
himself.
In the building. Let's go. I know you be going to the moon or you hang out amongst the stars.
Definitely.
How you doing, my man? Welcome to Degen Digest.
I'm doing good.
Right on. Well, I'm just showing what we got for the action of Heroes of Mavia. It looks like it pumped up since we've even started recording. We're up to 344. So my man StArZ here, he was jumping in and he connected his account. He even made a wallet, his first ever crypto wallet, even though he's like, not big on NFTs and NFT games or anything like that. But I convinced him, like, hey, try this game out. It's not so bad. You're going to do a review for us. And you know what? You can even connect this wallet. I'll help you set up a wallet and you might get an airdrop. Unfortunately, they filled up so fast because of all these fools like Brighty and these other bot people. They filled up all the spots. So Mr. Benjamin did not get an airdrop. Sorry there, StArZ. But right now, you would have probably gotten about $300, I bet. Bummer. I don't know what those guys got who connected their wallets. But
well, StArZ, you're gonna have to get on ZeHI here because there's a trend going around Twitter right now where people are giving their kids phantom wallets, and the community has sent. One kid has over $2,000. So I don't know if you know about Solana, but you might need to be giving them the elbow here because StArZ got to get that money.
Yeah, man, you got to tell them that these airdrops aren't doing it for me anymore. I need some solid coins in my pocket. So the next time you see him, you better start pressurizing him.
Well, we're going to get into your review here, StArZ. So I'm going to pull up this video that you made for us very nicely. And we might not get audio with it, so you'll have to explain what's going on with that.
Say hi. While you're finding it, I just want to discuss with Woodja on a serious note why having someone like StArZ on is actually, jokes aside, so necessary. It's because this is probably the bulk of your target market.
I would say so, right? I mean, that's what I was figuring because it's nice to have some crypto gamer come on who's just got who invested in this and they're going to tell you that it's the greatest game. But, we got somebody who's legit playing these games. What do you think, StArZ? You got any friends who play Clash of Clans?
Yeah, I have a few friends that play Clash of Clans, like 3 of them.
Okay. You ever played it much?
Do they like that?
What?
Go ahead.
Sorry, I jumped all over ZeHI there. I was gonna say those type of strategy games. Are those hot right now or not so much?
I'm pretty sure they're pretty popular right now, but I haven't really been diving into that because that's not really my type of game. But
okay,
I downloaded Clash of Clans just to see what's the difference is between these two games.
And what do you think?
And you're checking this out right now? This is your recording here, right? You see it?
Yes. So this is just me,
What's going on?
I'm just building my base. So it's just some gameplay, how you build a base and just can create your whole town. So when other people battle, they will go against you, and you will defeat them and be able to defend your own base instead of them breaking everything and beating you.
Nice.
That looks.
You had a question there, Shamsi?
Yeah, I was just going to ask, what do you think compared to Clash of Clans in terms of just the quality of the game? Where do you think it stands?
I think I honestly like the style of it better. Like, I like the whole, how it's using turrets instead of cannons. I like how, I think it needs a little bit of work. Like, Clash of Clans is probably still more well put together, but I say I would probably prefer this game over that one.
Nice. I was wondering,
that's a good
like, you know, yeah, that's a good one. Now, you watch a lot of YouTube, you watch a lot of gaming content, and you know, you got other friends who are gamers. What's the general feeling around NFT or crypto games that you hear?
So, most of the time when I'm watching YouTubers, they usually diss it, but they don't really give much information. Like, they just diss it and then keep just going on with the video. But I don't think most YouTubers like crypto and NFTs and stuff like that.
And as a gamer,
That's
do
the
you
vibe
think...
you get. This like,
Yeah, sorry, go on.
I was just saying, that's the vibe. They just basically try and make fun of it and say it sucks like that, but they don't give any real reasons about that.
Yeah, not much. It's mostly just like pretty much just making fun of it in small ways, but not giving much reason.
Gotcha. What were you going to say, Shamsi?
Yeah, I was going to say, and for you as a gamer, when you see, or somebody that, you know, is playing a game, when you see something like Heroes of Mavia, and, you know, they're obviously using crypto and NFTs and all that stuff, does that then make you more interested in the technology? Maybe makes you think that, you know, maybe I should look at it, or does that make you think, nah, I don't want to look at that. I just want to play the game?
I think it does get me a little more interested because I'm interested in like making some of the money, you know. But for this game, I haven't seen much difference for the crypto stuff because we haven't bought like any land for it, and it's pretty much just like a normal game for me at this point.
Fair play.
Nice.
Yeah, I feel like you know, the review. I mean, the gameplay looks amazing, the graphics and everything. And if you compare it to a game like Clash of Clans, which has been here for a decade, I feel like Heroes of Mavia is doing pretty decent on at least the gameplay and the graphics end. And to me, it sounds like a pretty positive review, coming from somebody who genuinely played the game and is probably not as interested in the crypto side as we are right now. Well, not at least until ZeHI gives him some good old money. So I think that's a pretty cool review.
Yeah, I bet the review would have been better if he had gotten that airdrop and he had, you know, a couple $100 to spend on something. But you know, that's what I wonder is like, you know, these guys that are saying that it's so dorky and it's so lame and the games are, it's mainly because they say the games suck, right?
Yeah,
You know?
the games are just usually not as good quality as the normal ones.
Right. Now, what do you think
like,
though? If you could play a game and then have, you know, you win something, you win some special sword or you win some special item or some skin, and you could own that and you could actually sell it to somebody for some good money. Do you think that would be actually a cool thing to have in a game?
Yeah, I think it would be cool in some ways, but in other ways, like if it gave you some, like stronger abilities, then it would be more of like a pay to win or just like game that wouldn't be as fair for the people who didn't want to spend money on crypto and NFTs. So in some ways, yeah, I think that would be cool, but in some ways, I don't think it would be fair for the other people playing.
So it sounds like as long as it only upgrades like cosmetically, like the looks of stuff, it's all good. But as soon as it starts messing with the game, you know what I mean? Like, come on now, you're not that good. You couldn't beat me unless you had that special sword. So get out my face, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
All right, just wanted to make sure.
And you said earlier that you don't usually play strategy games. So I just want to know, and even for, all the game developers out there, just to show you a little bit more. Obviously, you've done your market research, the game developers, but in terms of your target market or people that are actually gaming, I want to ask StArZ, what do you actually play that you enjoy? Is it Fortnite or what is it?
Like mobile game, like phones or like on console?
In general, whatever you're liking these days.
Oh, in general, I think, cause I have like a Nintendo Switch, I think I would like Tears of the Kingdom, um, adventure games like that. I play a bit of Skyrim on my old Xbox 360.
OG.
So, yeah, so yeah, those are good games. I like adventure games where you kind of have to complete quests like that. But for my phone, like games like that, I like kind of tower defense games, kind of, because my favorite game on it is a tower defense game, and it's uh, it's pretty good quality. So yeah.
Hey, what are we looking at right here? You're like panning all around, checking out the map here. It looks like.
Yeah,
what's
so
that?
What
I
are you
would
showing us here?
say, so this is like if you look around the different parts of the map, there's all these like little things that you can see, and like the developers put a lot of work into just like the little details. But I think it would be pretty cool if there was like some things that you could actually like interact with outside of the map, like little Easter eggs you could find, like maybe a gem that if you click on, it gives you like 5 of those gems that you have, so you can spend them on stuff, and it would just add more interaction with the game, so you could just look around and stuff like that.
Right now, it looks like you're comparing Clash of Clans. You went into Clash of Clans. You made a rock disappear. Now you're in the Clash of Clans. It's showing the
Yeah,
difference.
so in Heroes of Mavia, if you remove a rock, it's completely free, it doesn't take any time. But if you remove a rock here, it takes like 500 gold, and some guy has to come over and remove it for like a few seconds. So I think that's pretty cool that you can just remove it without having to spend anything. But also, it's not as realistic because it just disappears without anyone having to get rid of it. And this, right here, so I'm wanting to play some music, right? I like playing music with games, but it just completely turns off when I load into the game. And it turns on right now, but then once I load in the game, it turns off again. So if I'm in the game, I can't listen to music while I'm playing. But, like, if I go to Clash of Clans, I can completely listen to music while I'm playing. If there was sound, you would be able to hear the music right now. It's royalty free. But, yeah, and it's just, I love playing, with music on. So that's my main flaw in this game that I think needs to be fixed.
Dude, that's really great feedback, because that's something like similar for me. Like if I can't listen to my podcast while I'm on an app, like I'll pay the $10. Like let me listen. I want to listen to my music while I'm doing my thing. Like come on. So I definitely feel that. That's a good call there.
Yeah, that's some pretty
Awesome,
insightful
man.
stuff.
Any other final question for StArZ, or should we let him head out? You probably got some stuff to take care of, huh?
I guess so.
Any final thoughts you want to leave us with, man? Maybe you come back and review another Web3 game here sometime.
Yeah, I'm definitely willing. Like, if you guys want me to, I could definitely review another game.
1000%.
Hey, guess
Yeah,
what?
maybe we can
You
find
might.
like a.
Go ahead.
Maybe we can find a tower defense game. So something that he already likes. Because I was thinking Midnight Society to see that, but that might be a little much because it's console. So tower defense.
Yeah, or
I'm on the
something
hunt
that
for
has
you.
a little bit more story to it, so you can finish quests, you can, go through the levels, you can, have some fun with it. So, crypto gamers out there, crypto gaming studios out there, we have a thing going on now. I feel like this is going to be a recurring thing because I genuinely enjoyed Heroes of Mavia not interview, but the review quite a lot. And if you have a cool game out there that you think StArZ or us or the general public enjoys, back yourself and let us try your game on the show. So, yeah.
Yeah, and StArZ, you might not have got the airdrop, but you might want to check your wallet soon because you might happen to have one of those Mavia lands coming your way soon. So look out if you're down to keep playing. We'll talk to you soon, buddy.
Okay.
Later,
See ya.
StArZ.
Thanks, StArZ.
Yep. Later.
All right. Well, we're going to close it up with some good degenerate advice as to how to not live your life if you want to be safe and sound. If you want to be wily and wild and crazy, then we got But Would You here to tell you what you could and would and maybe should do. So what do you got for us?
I mean, right now, I think it's best to just get as degen as possible. You just really got to look into these different chains and what's going on, man. I mean, there was a coin just yesterday that launched on Base Chain. Do you remember Base Chain? That was where FriendTech was really popping off. There was a meme coin on there that instantly went up to, I think it was like $50 million on the first day. GameStop. Are we really hearing this? GameStop to $1 billion. We like the stock. Watch out for GameStop. And outside of that, man, I don't know. Buy the orange coin if you're a little too scared.
That's what you got for us today? Buy the orange coins?
Man, I'll be
That's what we
honest.
got. Buy the orange coin, vote for the orange guy, and then, everything's fine, right?
Hey, man, the orange guy is making NFTs also. But I feel like, guys, sorry, not financial advice. Don't buy the orange coin. You can do so much more with your money. Just don't go there. Not financial advice, obviously. And I know, but we're just smiling listening to that. But hey, I'm a student of yours, so what do you expect?
No, I mean, I would, like I said earlier, Dimension. Like, I think if people like fumble their bag with Dimension, like, I think that could be an opportunity, right? If you see Dimension dipping down, if you look, there's a tweet that came out from a guy named Sager, I believe his Twitter. Seems super informed, and I'm not sure if I was following him already or not, but I did retweet it, and he puts out a really good thread about Dimension and all the different possibilities on there. I think a lot of people don't know what it is, and they're just selling an airdrop because it's a little bit valuable. So I think that's really the alpha right there. Like, if that dips down, it could be a great accumulation time for that, especially if it pulls like a Celestia.
Oh, man, if it pulls a Celestia,
all right, man.
Payday for you.
And for one lucky retweeter.
Oh, yes.
This is your guy, Cigar.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
That's the one you're talking about.
I said, I know most of you won't, but you should read this. If you really can't be bothered, just copy it and put it in ChatGPT and get the cliff notes. But yeah, good thread. Check it out.
All right, man. Well, we do our best here to bring the goods. Next week, we're going to have a little crossover with the AMA team. We're going to have Crypto Ethius on here doing some reviews of some games that he's been digging into, and we'll see what else we can get you. We want to give a shout out to Virtue Poker, who's been the new sponsor for Neo Tokyo News. We love Virtue Poker. In a couple of weeks, we're going to have a special show all about GambleFi with Ryan from Virtue Poker. And Hustlepedia going to jump on with us here. So we're going to, step it up here a little bit in the next few weeks. Hopefully you guys are going to be ready for it. We'll be ready for it. I'm going to hit some gongs, man, as you take us out.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Shamsi, you got anything for the people?
All love. That's all I have.
It's all love, and it's all the time here at Degen Digest. ZeHi's got the gongs, and I got the We'll see you next time, ladies and gentlemen. Much love. Shout out to our fearless leaders. We'll see you on a space soon.
Thank you for watching.
And I'm running out of things to say.
Yeah, we're just going to listen to the gong until the video fades away.